What happened to having fun and enjoying life? Everywhere you go, people are always grinding 12-hour shifts or pulling all-nighters just to get work done. Having a balance is not normal anymore. And people glorify this unhealthy lifestyle by justifying it as someone being motivated or not giving up when something's tough. But when does hard work become overwork? When does laziness become burnout? And what will it take for us to start taking care of ourselves? Burnout and overworking yourself happens more than you think. We're constantly trying to prove ourselves or get things done, and often expect too much from ourselves. We try to do stuff robots can't do. I mean, think about it. Can a robot manage a full-time job while paying bills, raising kids, cleaning, cooking, managing a social life, and repairing things without going insane or breaking down? I mean, because if it can, I'd like to see it. Kids also can't escape burnout, unfortunately. But if a robot can balance a full day at school with extracurriculars, jobs, homework, keeping up with trends, finding their identity, and having good relationships without crashing out, please tell me, because that would be really helpful. Okay, I know robots have no emotions, but we're not robots. We feel mental and emotional pain, and we feel more physical pain than robots. According to Psychology Today, burnout is a state where someone feels exhausted physically or mentally due to repeated or prolonged stress. In other words, burnout is more than just stress. It feels like you're so drained that you have no physical or mental energy to do anything because it just takes so much out of you. But sometimes you still force yourself to do it, even if you don't want to. Burnout could also just mean trying to keep up with life in general. For example, teens now are constantly trying to follow new trends on social media, or compete with others to try to get into a top college. Burnout is more complex than people think, and everyone feels burnt out or overworked for different reasons. But how do we feel burnout in the first place? There's three main things that cause burnout. One being lack of control and support. People want to have their shit together. It makes them feel like they know what they're doing and are confident about it. But when that control slips, they start breaking down. Everything starts going wrong. Their workload just increased by 1,000%. People are turning against them. They're becoming more angry and make more dumb decisions. Everything they've done feels like it's crumbling. Their life is in pieces. They don't know what to do. It's just not fair. Burnout slowly drags you in, then amplifies it when you're so far in, and people try to push through this, even when their body and mind is literally about to die. They want it to seem like everything's under control, even when it isn't. And I feel like this is common with people that want to prove themselves or build themselves from the ground up. Now, I'm not saying this is bad by itself. In fact, I think that's very admirable. But sometimes people take it way too far and sacrifice everything in their life and jeopardize their sanity. Like, it's nice to have a goal and a drive to work towards it, like getting into an Ivy League or landing your dream job. It's also inspiring when you see that person working hard and grinding to achieve their goal. But at this point, things can take a turn for the worst. Sure, some people might know their limits, but others don't know it at all or force themselves to push past it to achieve what they want. With school, it could be overloading themselves with so much AP classes or tons of club commitments. With relationships, it could mean changing who they are just to get someone to like them, or following what everyone's doing just so they feel like they can fit in even when it's not right. Burnout causes people to get trapped in the cycle of doing the same thing with repeated reminders that tell them they're not doing enough. Overwhelmed with work, it'll only get worse. You got 100 on your test, your friend got 110. Are you really gonna let him beat you? Are you tired of doing the same thing all the time? What are you gonna do? It's not like you'll find something that's actually useful. Burnout is a secret manipulator that takes advantage of us when we're weak, and it only gets stronger when there's less people to help us. Burnout feeds on negativity from others. Whether it's parents that have unrealistic expectations, or friends who judge you for everything you do, burnout seizes this and makes you think it's your fault. You're the reason the project sucked. You're the reason why your family hates you. You're the reason why your life is in shambles. These types of thoughts make a person want to prove to everyone that they can do it, but sometimes their goal consumes them so much to the point where nothing will stop them. And this is not in a good way. If I'm not working, I'm being lazy. Everyone's always working tons of hours just to earn money to get by, staying up all night grinding homework, joining all these random clubs or doing random things you don't even care about just to look good for college. Life now revolves around working and competing with each other. Who can get more hours? Who can get a higher salary? Who's able to impress this person or institution more? Oh, and you can't make any mistakes either. Because if you make a mistake, it means you're slacking and being lazy. I thought life was supposed to be enjoyable. Is this how we have fun now? Sitting down, staring at a computer all day, doing monotonous tasks all day? If that's how you have fun now, I'd rather be bored. Life feels more fast-paced, and it feels like everyone's in a hurry to do things, or grab people's already short attention span. People deny themselves basic needs like food and sleep until they finish their task. They yell at friends or family that try to get them to relax. They take on things they can't handle to seem like they can do it all and be perfect. They barely allow themselves to go to the bathroom and feel guilty about doing a bodily function. And that's just the physical side. Online, It's constant cuts every second to get people to watch the end. Photoshopping images to make a person seem like nothing's wrong with them. Constantly following what celebrities and influencers are doing to keep up with trends. And stressing about how many views and likes our content gets. For both sides, it's all about unrealistic expectations and numbers. People try to prove to others or themselves that they're the best or that they can do it, or force themselves to finish something, or else they're not good enough. Even though it's nice to see their accomplishments, or it feels good to get as many tasks as humanly possible, it can often consume their mind and turn it into an unhealthy obsession. It's just so exhausting. It's so exhausting just to go through this and takes so much out of a person. With people denying themselves basic needs and rest, they barely have energy to survive, let alone work. People often get fiercer and more ferocious due to them being so tired from working all the time. And it becomes harder to think of good ideas because there's no time to pause and think. It's all about pushing through the pain and getting the work done, because the reward will be worth it. But is it really? Is it worth trapping yourself in a cycle that constantly makes you feel so tired, irritable, angry, and hopeless to get something that you probably know isn't going to be worth it in the end? Exhaustion makes people more sensitive, and anything could make them snap. They don't talk to people because it distracts them from their work or train of thought that's related to work. And they get mad when others try to get them to take a break. Breaks are very valuable. I don't think people understand how valuable they are. But the problem is, burnout conditions people to think breaks are bad for you and are just slowing down your progress. Burnout doesn't care about you. It knows what it's doing and how it's affecting you, but it doesn't tell you about it because it wants to keep you in its grasp. But please, try to break free from it, because if you don't, this could happen to you. Burnout slowly takes away your personality. You get turned from this happy, unique person with lots of hopes and dreams to an angry, moody that just exists at a computer all day, questioning life. Or a broken person that just feels like everything they've done was for nothing. People feel lost, confused, and even scared. They don't know who they are and why they got themselves into this, or how to get out. Burnout convinces you that whatever you're doing is for a goal you have. The truth is, burnout doesn't care about your goal. I know goals aren't easy, but it shouldn't be this damaging. And sacrificing your well-being for a goal defeats the point of a goal. Because goals this should be rewarding and fulfilling, not this sad, chaotic life that when you eventually break out of it, you never want to remember. Burnout successfully manipulates a lot of people, and it takes what it wants from you. Things that were once fun or interesting are now a waste of time or useless because it apparently stops you from reaching your potential. Burnout causes people to rush things more, or force them to do stuff when they don't feel passionate about it. People prioritize quantity over quality, and it shows, especially with content creators. You can tell when a content creator was passionate about a video and took their time making it, compared to the creator just pumping out garbage just for the sake of having content. Rushing work causes people to cut more corners or accidentally miss important info, which makes the final product suffer and makes them more unmotivated to do other tasks or hate what they made because of how stressful it was. I don't know how people are able to work when their body's literally begging them to even take a 5-minute break. Mentally, their brain is fried, and their emotions are everywhere. One moment they're angry, next moment they're crying, next they're confused, and then suddenly they become the devil. The way their emotions change so fast and unpredictably, it's scary for themselves and everyone else. And they're not doing good physically either. Lack of sleep and nutrition leads to a weakened immunity, which means they're more likely going to get sick, and they'll actually have a reason to not work. But they're still gonna work anyway. I know I'm mainly mentioning work in school environments because burnout happens often in those scenarios. Everyone's gonna get burned out at some point. You're not gonna have it perfect. Expectation is something everyone's trying to reach. And at the end of the day, we all wanna feel validated. The most common thing burnout does is have people let go of their basic needs. But you have basic needs for a reason. I know it sounds cliche, but please take care of yourself. You don't have to work all day. Your body's a powerful machine, but if you don't give it what it needs, like balanced foods, sleep, exercise, or fun, you're just setting yourself up for failure. Basic needs don't take things away from you or your goals. They're necessary things that help you expand on them and make them better. A little off topic, but businesses and employees need to actually take care of their employees and not use them as pawns for their benefit. They forget that they wouldn't be where they are without the workers. And we should also make people more aware of what burnout is and support young people when they feel burned out. Just because they're kids doesn't mean they won't experience it. We only have one life to live. Shouldn't we make the most of it and have at least a little bit of fun instead of working and worrying all day? It's not worth spending our entire lives just working. There's more to life than high expectations, having huge numbers, or pleasing others. I'm not an expert, but please try to take care of yourself. You don't even have to make a big change right away. Just take small steps. I want you guys to live a happy, long life and to not get consumed by burnout or the pressure it causes you to overwork yourself and curl into a ball and cry. Guard and chill, relax, have fun, take a break. You deserve it.